Caroline has a door that is bricked up. And one day she goes through the door, and it is a corridor, it's no longer bricked up. And on the other side of the door, she finds herself in a room in an apartment that's a lot like the one that she left. And waiting for her there is her other mother. And her other mother is a lot like the one that she left, only she has big black buttons for eyes. And initially everything seems like it's a much more interesting and much more cool place. And then she realizes that the other mother wants to keep her. And that's where the trouble starts. What I love about it most is that there's an awful lot of Henry in the movie. He hasn't taken the approach of, I'm going to make a movie out of Neil's book and there will be no me in there and it will be exactly frame for frame what the book is. He's played with it. He's turned it into a film. It's much more filmic, which is good because I think there are long bits in the book where it's a little girl walking around on her own, not talking to anybody. What happens is exciting, but watching that would be very quiet and probably slightly boring. And he's filled it with stuff. And these characters are just amazing. Watching what he's done with the other mother and what she transforms into, her slow transformation is an absolute delight. I love the cat. I love Caroline herself. She's just so full of vim and spunk and all those lovely old-fashioned words. Absolutely everything you see on the screen, somebody's made. Every blade of grass has been painted or built. Every tree. They've got rooms where they're painting trees. And everything, if we see it, they've made it, and they've made it at, tiny, tiny scale. I also hadn't realized how small everything was. I think I'd somehow assumed that, the stop motion stuff would be sort of that big or whatever, and you're going, no, they're that big, and the rats are that big, and there's a frog that's that big, and they're making dolls that are that big, and it all has its little wire frame. But it's the idea that everything has to be made, everything has to be thought out, everything has to be designed and signed off on. It's astonishing.